It was pretty bad. Like the second time.
Pretty bad, was it?
We switched sides.
The Scooby coaster was pretty bad.
It was bad. We got pushed.
Okay.
I got rocked and I was on the other side.
I don't know how they operate it. Like, I just thought it was exactly the same every time, but the second time really was a lot bumpier.
Yeah.
Like, I got a little bit of whiplash. I was like, whoa, who's fucking driving this thing?
So it's like the normal thing where it goes and the dog comes out, and then we came around the corner and it was just like a homicide right in front of us. Just one of the workers, he hadn't had a break, and it was 45 minutes after he was supposed to have his break, and he just beat one of the other guys to death with a piece of Scooby.
I don't want to be Beppa.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep. I'm just gonna.
2212. I need headphones.
They should be working. Go around the front. It's probably better. Oh, whatever. For anybody playing at home, if you're wondering why I'm so sweaty, it's because we're supposed to do the podcast in another hour, and Ben showed up an hour and a half early and blamed it on me.
To be fair, I sent you the evidentiary message.
You.
Yeah, where did it go wrong, boys?
All right, so
Read the message. That is a direct screenshot from what you said. I haven't added any words in.
well, I can't because you've scrubbed words out.
Read the sentence that you sent to me. This is a sentence that was sent to me by/from you.
Wednesday, whenever you show up.
Boom.
But I was under the impression that you were working because I did the hours. You finished work early today, right? Did you finish work early
neither
today?
here nor
Did you
there.
finish work early today?
That's not.
He finished work early today. So I was going under the impression that he was going to be working later, and I was like, don't rush. We'll be here whenever you show up. We've got nowhere to be in the evening. And then when I said that, I followed it up with, oh, hold on. Actually, Beck's got to go to a birthday party tonight.
Which I actually don't, turns out.
Oh, doesn't it? Okay.
Miscommunications all around.
So then you said she's got to go to a birthday party, so I was maybe hasty with the show up whenever, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm leaving work now then.
No, but you're never clear. You're never like, hey, I'm coming now. Let's do the podcast. You said, I said, because Beck has an escape room birthday party. And you said, tell her to solve it faster. I'm about to leave work because I'm a good friend.
There you go. What are you supposed to infer from that?
I guess that, yeah, I got so focused on the tell her to solve it. I was like, no, she's going after the podcast.
Not going at all, actually.
I'm not going at all.
But I was out when you got here.
So let's just agree that we all made mistakes. And now
I've
I'm
never
sweaty.
done anything wrong in my life.
Are you sweaty?
I am sweaty,
So?
though. So
I'm not sweaty, so I guess the guilty people are sweaty, and the rest of us are over this side of the room.
Because you have the air conditioner on you.
And guilty people don't get aircon.
All right. Let's please just work. Woo, GMat. Yay. Hello and welcome to episode 188 of the GMat podcast. Whoa, tangled up.
One, two, three.
GMat. 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 I kind of want to get fisted tonight.
Yeah, boy.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you, I can see myself now, is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. That intro was brought to you by Wonderboy in the Discord. Thank you, Wonderboy,
very good.
for submitting that intro. If you'd like to submit an intro, do it. Send it to contact@therealgmat.tv or submit it in the Discord. And if you want to support this podcast, patreon.com/theGMat podcast. You can pledge any amount, and certain amounts give you access to different stuff. You'll have a great time. There's extra shows. There's stuff to listen to. Cut the music, please. Thank you. Good timing on that one, Beck.
thank you.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. No, that's the wrong way to put it. Put it. Beck's sitting in Aiden's chair. I didn't mean to infer that Beck was an elephant.
I thought the elephant in the room was that for the last several years, Aiden has been sitting in Beck's chair.
That is true. And there is a tear in this chair. Not to get all play school about it.
But the tear was there before Aiden sat in the chair. The tear may or may not have been Aiden's fault, but he definitely didn't start the tear.
Well, I haven't been getting the mileage out of this chair that I
That you
really
need.
thought I was going to get when I bought it.
But it looks great in the podcast.
But I'm happy to be here now.
So Beck's on the podcast. Aiden is in, can we say where he's gone? He said he was
said.
gone. Yeah, he's in Adelaide doing the Fringe Festival. And we were in Queensland, so we couldn't.
What, Fringe?
What?
Fringe.
Fringe. Like,
French.
It's a haircut festival.
no, he's not going to the French festival. He's going to the Fringe festival.
Fuck, it's a fringe festival.
Have you thought he was going to the French festival this whole time?
What the? Yeah. What the fuck is a fringe festival?
It's like talking to a robot when you have glasses on. I don't know where to look.
Can't be bothered. It's too fucking hard.
It's too hard. So I will do a lot of the talking today because we went on vacation to Queensland. So that's why we didn't get an extra one in there. But Bexy,
Vacation. I love that you're calling it vacation just for anybody at home who might be confused.
what else?
Holiday. Vacation's very American.
Well,
I
the
think.
reason I say vacation is because when I have to tell my bosses in France, I have to say
Your
vacation.
boss is in fringe.
It's my mum. Should I answer?
Yeah, why not?
Hello? Oh, hold on. Hello, you there?
Yeah,
What's up?
nothing. I just came to say hello. See
Oh.
how your holiday went. Looks like you've had fun.
Holiday went well. You're on the podcast right now.
Hi.
What do you? Vacation was good. Had good time. What have you guys been up to?
Just the normal. Just the normal.
All right, this isn't very good content. I'll call you back later.
Oh, you know where they like talking on the radio?
Okay. Hold on.
I'll call you later as well.
Bye.
On the radio. Goodbye.
She doesn't like talking on the
The
radio.
radio.
I love that.
So,
Went
Ben-
on vacation.
Ben, you're tired. We'll just tell you all the things
What?
that we did. Well, we went to Queensland. You know what I learned about myself?
Not even doing proper intros today, huh?
Sorry, my name's Matt. Bex here. Ben's here. Went to Queensland.
I went back to grab that.
I am terrified of flying.
Yeah, right.
I was not doing well at all.
You seem like you're doing all right. Oh, you messaged me.
I have a hand-shaped bruise on my knee from you just grabbing it the whole
I
time.
don't mind the
Tell them to slow down.
it's the takeoff and the going down, the descent.
Oh, the crashing is what you should not like.
Yeah. It's just the feeling. I feel like the plane, when you can really feel yourself being pushed into the floor and then you feel yourself getting lifted in the air. When it's just going like this to get up in the air, I was like, I'm going to die for sure.
Yeah, anytime we went through a cloud, you were like, is this it? Is this death? We were like communicating with each other through our notes app in our phone, and you just handed me the phone. You're like, is this chill?
It didn't feel chill.
Like, I don't know.
When we came home, I got really drunk. That made it a little bit better.
Yes, you did do that.
I remember I was sitting there for ages, just like tapping my leg, and then hoping that they would come by and offer us things because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to press the button, and they came by like, do you want anything? I was like, yes, Johnny Walker Red Label, please. So thank you. And
Whoa.
Yeah.
Splash on out.
so I drank that, and the lady next to me was super, super nervous as well.
Yeah, you guys were really getting along, I know.
Yeah.
Just me in that window seat making friends.
She kept looking at me when I was doing freaky out stuff, but I didn't want to look at her because she's right here, and we would have been looking at each other like this fucking close to each other. So, and I wanted to engage her and be like, hey, like if we could talk about how shitty we both feel, maybe we'll feel better, but it just didn't.
That's always how it goes. Get
Well-
two people with the same problem into a room and they'll just sort it out.
I like talking to people when
Yeah.
when I'm
We're
scared.
going to crash right. Oh, yeah, 100%. This is us crashing right now. I felt that bump too. Down we go. Anyway, this has been lovely.
What's your star sign?
She kept doing this.
I'm going to get a Johnny Walker Red. Would you like one?
Well, I had like a tiny little bit left in that little bottle they give you, and I was nearly gonna be like that because every time we went through, like over a jump, she went, like grabbed her
Heavens.
chest. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So she wasn't. But then when we landed, she was like, I hate flying. I was like, oh fuck, me too. It's the worst.
And then I leaned over and was like, me too.
I was like, get out of this. It's fine. She was married. I saw her photos when she was looking at.
She was looking at like photos
Made
of
me
her
super
wedding
nervous.
when we were going through turbulence.
When-
Time. I just want you guys to know. Wait, what's the date?
What?
What date did you fly?
Well, that's that.
Doesn't matter. It's a long way around. Never mind.
Okay, good. So got there safely. Got off the plane. All good.
Well, hang on. Can I tell the story about how you nearly stole that lady's thing? You were so nervous on the way there
Oh, you
that
tell anything 'cause
the air hostess came along with her little like tea, coffee on her tray, and she was handing it to you, and you were like shaking, and you went to take the tray, and you're like, "Is this for me?" And she's like, "No, sir, I'm gonna need that back."
It was super. I just became. I was.
I became your carer.
Yeah. I didn't know
Making sure
what
to
I
put
was.
stickers on things he wasn't allowed to touch on the plane.
Yeah, scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. So the hope.
I helped though, right? You messaged me and I helped.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what you said.
I don't remember either, but I remember helping.
Was it good?
The fact that you messaged me was like, all right, this is a new step. He's uncomfortable and he's reaching out for guidance and support.
Yeah, it's all right. Aiden will take over the channel if anything happens. Probably struggling to breathe because of your mask, sheep cuck.
Yeah, all right.
Which he's joking about. That's it. You didn't say anything funny. I was really hoping to be something good there. Just chill out, have a cup of tea, and pop on some air crash investigators. Take your mind off it. And then I sent this picture of the wing on fire. You know what else happened?
Show everybody.
On the flight back. That's not going to work. I'll put it up on the screen. On the way back, there was something like Beck waited till we land to say, "Oh, I was going to tell you this, but I didn't want to freak you out."
Oh yes. We nearly got delayed on the way back because Queensland's obviously horrible for storms. It's up in the tropics. But we just made it. Like they delayed a couple before us. And as we were up in the air and we were getting away from Queensland, I looked out the window. I'm like, there is a massive band of lightning, just in the distance, and it would not stop for like the whole time. It was just, I felt like William Shatner in Twilight Zone looking out the window.
Oh, Matt, never mind.
Yeah, I had to like actually drop the window a little bit and like obscure it with my body so you wouldn't notice.
And it was on the way back as well, so the lady next to me would have been like, "Oh, can I have a look?"
It was very scary, yeah. But I couldn't tell you that I was scared. I was like,
I didn't know you were
me
scared.
and Jesus had to talk about it.
You were saying like I was so beautiful.
It was beautiful, like it was.
But you
Yeah,
were
A
scared.
good way to go.
yeah, absolutely. That'd be the last thing I'd want to see. But you didn't want to see it.
No, I don't.
But as soon as we got off the plane, I was like, guess what? I took a video of it.
That was on the way back.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hotel was alright. The room was dog shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
The view was all right.
The view was
Yeah,
good.
that's what I paid for.
Yeah.
But then, because I remember I went to them, and because we got there, the shower head was broken, so you had to use it like a thing because it comes off, but you couldn't put it back on. So I had to do that.
So descriptive.
You know what I mean?
The shower head holder was broken.
Yeah. So you had to do it with your hand.
Can use it like a
Let's
thing.
just keep doing this.
Sorry. So that was
Thank
broken.
God you moved to a video podcast.
And the toilet was leaking on the floor.
Yep.
It was also all tiled.
It's really the only water you really don't want on the floor.
Exactly.
I get why they tiled it. I mean, the folks that you must get coming through that hotel.
Yeah, it's easy
You
just
want
to
a quick clean
pressure
up.
wash it down.
Tile what? The bathroom?
Everything was
Everything,
tiled.
the entire,
yeah.
like, so the bed's sitting on tiles, and so everything just blends into one. And it wasn't good tiles. The tiles were about, I don't know, like just under a meter by a meter, like squared.
Tiles.
Like just massive tiles.
You ever seen a bathroom with carpet in it?
No.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking
My granddad
gross.
had a carpeted bathroom. Fucking disgusting.
Something-
And then around the toilet, it's just dark.
Of course, everywhere that there's water, it's going to get dark.
Ooh.
Some people, my parents used to put like cozies around the,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like a thing that just sits. And I'm like, that's
just a
fucking
piss catcher.
disgusting. Yeah. And well, I guess you can just chuck it through the wash. So maybe it is all right.
There's those covers for the toilet lid.
No. It's on
Fuzzy?
the
No, you seen those though?
Yes. Why?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like anything shouldn't be making contact
it was
with
the
it. but
70s. People just want to put shag carpet on everything.
It was a fuzzy time.
wood on their cars and carpets on their toilets.
It was all backwards.
Yeah.
we
really
got
bad.
locked in the stairwell on day one.
Oh, that's right. Because when we go up the elevator,
That's another thing you're scared of.
oh yeah, I'm scared of elevators, but I knew that before I went.
And this one was really rickety, and it smelled like feet. All lifts in Queensland smell like feet.
Everybody
What's up
there
with that?
smelled like feet. It
That's
was
because
like
nobody wears shoes.
it was the only people we met were these. Well, we didn't meet anyone, but saw were these two very gay European men who were like they'd come over for the party scene. There was this guy who lived in the one next to us, and he was moving in the day we were there.
He was wearing high vis. I can never figure out what for.
Super fucking weird. He had like these swollen ankles. He wasn't that big guy, but I was like, you need to go to the hospital because you have blood clots all through your legs. His ankles were like this fucking big. Yeah, everyone there was just weird vibes. There was a guy. We couldn't quite work it out. We thought the lady was a sex worker.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he
No,
might
I clocked that immediately. You didn't believe me. I was like, look over there. That's a.
because I said, oh, he's punching.
And I'm like, no, he's paying.
$80 an hour.
Yeah, but then we thought he might have been a pimp as
Yeah,
well.
maybe
Was
a
another
pimp.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was looking down the balcony, I was like, oh, when we go down there to the pool, notice the guy, because we could see the pool from where we were, and as it got closer, I was like, oh, she's into the hard.
She
end of
had
town.
meth face real bad.
Yeah. She looked good from a distance though.
Poor thing.
Yep. So that was the vibe of the people, and then the room was just kind of stinky and yuck. And the bed gave me a sore back. Stinky.
You surfers?
Surfers, yeah.
Yeah, we
In the
were
Gold Coast.
in the harder surface paradise, which is, I maintain that like who would want to live there full time? I mean,
the elevator. So when it goes up, it would like, when it got to the floor it was on, it would go like a real bad shake. And then about 3 seconds later, it would go again, and then the doors would open. And
it took a while to line up.
It happened. First time it happened, I was like, oh shit. And then we stood there, waiting for the door to open, and went, out of nowhere. And that scared me. But then by the end of it, I was able to go and and then went right as it happened. So I went
Lucky you had that lady next. She was like, I'm terrified of elevators, looking at photos of her kids. If that made it fine.
Well, on the last day, we were going down with these girls who'd come to stay. And we got down the bottom, I went, and the girl went, oh, Jesus. And I said, it's going to happen again in about 2 seconds. She was like, what? So that was fun. I was able to help her, guide her through her journey terribly.
So we tried to take the stairs and we got stuck.
Oh, yeah. So we couldn't get the elevator, tried to take the stairs. And then, we got down to the bottom and it said the door's alarmed. And I was like, okay. And we went back up.
Now we are alarmed too.
None of our keys work in any of the thing. Like, we can't go through the alarm door. So we had to call them. And then he said, just go through the alarm door.
Just go quickly through the alarm doors.
And when it went,
Yeah.
when we shut it and it stopped. And I was like, okay.
Like, nobody pays attention to that alarm.
And then we went to them and he was like, I was like, is there a stairwell we can use? And he went, no.
Use a shitty elevator.
So I was like, what do you mean? He's like,
when it breaks, we'll fix it.
we don't have stair access in the building. And I was like, that's so fucked. There's got to be stair. You have to have that option available, right?
I thought so.
Yeah, because like fires and everything.
Yeah.
So wait, what the stairs that you were using?
Well, the stairs we used were a fire escape.
Right.
But I was like, there are no other stairs. These are the stairs. And they were the stairs. They're the only stairs, but they're also the fire escape. And then later on, when we tried to get into the gym, we couldn't because none of our keys worked and we had access to the gym. And I went to the guy. I was like, is there a gym? Are we supposed to have a gym key? He goes, oh, that's right. And he gave us the gym key. And the gym key was the door, was the...
It was the same key for the door.
For the fire escape.
Yeah.
So we could have gotten back out on our floor, gone down
He
the
just forgot to give us the right key.
Yeah.
Right.
Super weird. Also, when we met him, he was like, hold on, I just need to have some chocolate or I'll die.
He's like, I'm diabetic.
It's weird considering the weather. Surfers is kind of like the Alaska of Australia. Like people are just there hiding from stuff and they're a little bit off.
Oh, yeah.
They all got a weird story and none of their family lives up there with them. It's just like that guy running that thing. He's like, huh? He's always, everyone's got something else on their mind. They're, hey, blah, blah. And they don't respond to their name. John, huh? Please said James. Is your name John? Yeah, it's John. What? So, yeah, the keys? What about them? You're the manager, right? Yeah, I'm employed here as the manager. Why are you saying it like that? With the keys? Oh, yeah. What do you want? You've got keys, right? Yeah, I need the gym key. Oh, yeah. Come on. And it's just like they're not, everyone just sort of is on a different tempo.
They're all built differently. It's like...
Built different.
It's like the people we talk about when we grew up in the shitty places all three of us grew up in. You got like
they were familiar.
that 2 or 3
parts.
eccentric people you remember. Like I get Bobby Burgess and people like that from my town. I'd be like, oh, I remember that guy because he
Tony the Bulldog
rode a
from
scooter
Frankston.
everywhere. What did Tony the Bulldog do? Just was Tony the Bulldog?
He was just always around.
Yeah. There was a guy in Shepparton who used to walk everywhere, but he was in full cowboy getup. I remember him.
Yep. There's Buck. He used to ride up and down the one highway that went through the town picking up rubbish with his shopping trolley.
Good guy. It's like every 4 out of 5 people you walk past is an eccentric weirdo. There was this one guy who was on a bike, riding a bike, and he was totally shirtless, and he'd made himself like clear plastic armor for around his stomach. Yeah. Like he was scared of getting stabbed.
And he had like a riot cop helmet, like one with the see-through front.
And what we pretty much got off the plane and we were like, one nation.
Everywhere.
And there was a sticker. There was like a white supremacy is the only way sticker. It was a weird one. Oh, and we went to check in at some place and the guy was like, don't need to do that here, mate. And Beck was like, didn't fucking ask you.
And then you had to sit me down and be like, Beck, I'm going to get clocked if you keep doing that.
Yeah. So everyone was a bit fucking weird.
That was good, but
no, it was good. It was good. I like the place. I just think everyone there is crazy and scares me.
This could be a new look for you, Matthew.
But this is about Queensland look.
I think you need like a little silver necklace.
I don't want to take Aiden's thing.
No, you're silver, he's gold.
Yeah, there you go.
With your powers combined.
And also, he doesn't do Hawaiian.
It's true. I want to start wearing like 70s suits. Not just generally, but when I have to wear a suit, I want to have like a big fucking collar coming out.
Flares.
Like a
Velour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Brown as well.
Brian.
That's what I'm going for. I wrote some people. Also on the plane, fucking assholes everywhere. Who were the guys in front of us that just decided to cut in and?
Yes, I had a whole
Cut
existential
inners.
crisis on the plane because I'm like, why do I bother doing the right thing in my life when these motherfuckers just cut in front of us and got away with it? And they were like rich and they had nice clothes, and I leaned over and was like, I want to Sharpie their clothes.
Word.
And one of them, the guy he was sitting next to his dad, and the kid was looking up like $600,000 cars.
Yes, I
Like
watched
watches.
him, and he was looking through his texts with the guy that he's just bought this $600,000 car off, and it's like he barely even grows facial hair.
Oh shit.
So I was just getting angry on the plane ride home
Fair.
about the unfairness of it all.
Some other stuff. The bunch of funny shit happened in Queensland. I didn't have time to write any of it down.
Breakneck.
What?
It was breakneck pace. You never
Yeah,
know.
we couldn't stop. Went to Movie World.
We watched a little girl get traumatized in real time. That was fun.
At Movie World, fucking weird. There's just so many shit parents out there. They were getting on the ride, which, by the way, I had the same reaction.
I had to convince you. I'm like, it's not a roller coaster. It's not scary.
What was the ride?
It was the Justice League. It was just a point and shoot laser thing. You just sat in this little
it was dog
car
shit.
and you just shot. It was real bad, but it was for
super
kids.
boring.
Yeah,
but I
right.
didn't know that, and there was a bit sticking out of the building, and I was like, I'm so scared
Did we go up there?
that this becomes that.
Yeah, right.
And Beck was like, no, that's a different ride. And I was like, how can you be sure?
Because it's rated mild on the website.
But I had to check. I didn't know. Anyways, so we got on, and the little girl was like
In front of us.
bawling her eyes out and freaking out. And the dad was turning around being like, hey, you need to relax. You need to relax.
Did that fix it?
No, she's still freaking out.
Yeah, and her mum was like, "You need to calm down. That's enough. That's enough."
It's like it's like there's no if you need to. It's fine. You need to calm down. It was that from the parents the whole time, and then they get out, and the parents are such smug cunts because their daughter had a good time. They're like, "What did we tell you? Now what are you gonna do next time? Don't cry." And then they hit her right in the face. They didn't hit her in the face.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's fucking traumatizing having a child that fucking
Annoying.
But I was looking, I was like,
Fucking
I
sook.
see why you're the way you are. I see why I'm the way I am. Oh gosh.
My parents drag me in and be like, "Stop screaming!" And then I killed a butterfly, and now I'm afraid of butterflies.
And we also and you saw that guy when I was waiting in the line for the big roller coaster, and you saw the guy telling his son like, "Don't be a pussy, get on the roller coaster," like just doing damage.
I saw the guys were making fun of their friends.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was very funny. A group of guys,
That's funny.
Going through like young guys, and they were making fun of their friend, and the friend was like, "Dude, I wasn't scared. I just don't want to do it." Like that. When he has to.
I just think it's lame. It's like I could do heaps with that 45 seconds. Like I'm busy, man. All right. What am I going to go up and just spin around?
It's so
I
over
like
the top
You
and
being
shit.
afraid of him as well, being like, yeah. But let's hear what he's got to say, though. Let's hear what he's got to say.
It's
Maybe he'll
because-
make a good point.
I say, I don't want to do it because I'm terrified of dying. It's too high. And he goes, "I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm not scared. I just don't wanna." And I'm like, you're making it worse, man. Just say.
Superman ride where you guys love Superman. You guys want to kiss and hug Superman? I don't even like him.
Why are you crying, bro?
If there's a Batman ride, I'll go on that because I fucking love. But what there is, but it's not. They've painted him wrong. Like I'm like a real Tim Burton Batman guy, and this is Nolan Batman. And
Where's the nipples?
I'm not going on that ride. Clooney Batman rides, yes. Everyone else, no.
We went on Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yep.
How'd that go?
I liked it. I liked it the first time we did it. Didn't like it the second time when Beck made me do it again.
You liked it for the story.
Yeah. the experience.
Then once you know all the twists and turns of the narrative, you're like, oh, he's a dog. Well, I don't need to do it again, Beck.
You know, can I tell him a story? We don't have to get into the nitty gritty, but
Yeah, it's nitty-gritty.
I said, I'm happy to go any theme park you want to go. Just don't make me do anything.
Right.
Like, don't be like, come on. Because I've done that all. When I went to Queensland with my friends, I went on all the fucking rides I didn't want to go because people were like, come on. And I got egged into it.
Don't be pussy. You're like, oh,
That
I
sort
don't
of
even
shit.
like. I just don't like it.
No, I was like, fine. I stood in line, like, just totally silent. And then
Sweating.
I got on the lethal weapon and wished I was dead.
Yeah, man. Good. Yeah, good. What? Yeah, good.
It was fun.
No, I'm just thinking about other stuff.
So that was my only rule. So don't make me do anything.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'll just walk around. If you got to wait in line for an hour, I don't give a fuck as long as I don't have to do it. You were like, that's cool. Great work.
I did say that.
And then we went on the Scooby-Doo
And then I got
coaster.
roller coaster brain. Okay.
And then we went on Scooby-Doo coaster, and then Beck went and we did another couple, and I got an ice cream, and I was eating my ice cream, and I was loving life. And I was sitting down, she was like, I want to go on it again. I was like, okay, cool, I'll just sit in. She said, come on, come with me. I was like, I don't
On the
wanna.
Scooby-Doo one.
On the
yes.
Scooby-Doo. I was like, I don't want to. I did it once, I'm done now. I was like, come on, because it won't be as fun without you. That sort of shit. And then I sat there for a little bit, and then I was like, and I threw out my ice cream. I was like, all right, if we're going, we got to go now. I had to build myself up to it. She was like, really? Okay, cool. Let's go. And we got in line. And then when we're inside the building after being in line, and she was like, if you're going to make this a problem for me later, leave. And I was like, well, that's not fair because now I'm stuck here.
If you're going to resent me for making you do something you didn't want to do, that's not fucking cool, buddy.
There was nobody behind us in the line when I said that, so I thought you had ample escape time.
And I was like, well, I'm here now. I want to do it.
Okay, everyone,
And then we
welcome
got
to the
stuck.
Scooby Coaster. We're going to do an extra scary one this
Well,
time.
it was pretty bad. Like the second time,
It
pretty
was.
bad,
we,
was it?
we switched sides.
The Scooby Coaster was pretty bad.
It was bad. We
Yeah,
got pushed.
okay.
I got rocked, and I was on the other side.
I don't
of
know
my-
how they operate it. Like, I just thought it was exactly the same every time, but the second time really was a lot bumpier.
Yeah,
Like,
well-
I got a little bit of whiplash. I was like, whoa, who's fucking driving this thing?
So it's like the normal thing where it goes and the dog comes out, and then we came around the corner and it was just like a homicide right in front of us. Just one of the workers, he hadn't had a break, and it was 45 minutes after he was supposed to have his break, and he just beat one of the other guys to death
to death in front of us.
with a piece of Scooby.
And then we went, it's the mechanic. And he went, no. And then we're like, okay.
I'm not the mechanic.
And then
Stop
we went-
calling me the mechanic.
And then we went backwards.
Okay.
And that was scary.
They've added I have many opinions about the Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster because they revamped it and they were marketing it like, oh, we've got all these new amazing CGI elements. They've added a couple of really shitty cartoons on the screens as you go by, and they broke.
And they froze.
Oh, yeah.
They froze, and one of them like pixelated itself out
It
of
was like-
existence.
And I was like, that is scary. And then we went backwards.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that because that was fucking awful.
We did go backwards.
It's good.
Ah,
That's my favorite bit. When you do the big dip and you go backwards.
it's big. It's a big
And then you
dip.
go around them really sharp corners and you feel like you're going to tip out.
I think the sharp corners are almost worse than the going backwards bit. 'Cause
I think so.
I really did think. What I
Wherever we
think.
go.
I think about, like, there's so much force when we're taking those corners that I'm like, why doesn't it just go like this? Why don't we just tip out and die? How do we stay on there? What's going on? I'm not driving. I have no control.
It's the same reason you're scared of planes and lifts, I think, because you just don't understand how they work.
So I'm terrified of maths, linguistics,
Women.
women, men, pies. It was pretty bad. Second time was worse.
Yeah, I apologize.
second
I'd like
time
to
was
publicly
worse.
apologize for doing that to you.
That's fine. And then with we don't have to get into it too bad. But then we went home. She was like, "Want to go to Dreamworld tomorrow?" I was like, "I'm happy to go to Dreamworld. Just don't do this. What you did at Scooby-Doo coaster made me." You said I told you if you didn't want it to be a problem, and I was like, I just don't want you to do it again. Anyways,
I like the fact that you're like, because if you do it, I'm going to end up on the ride. I know it. I know I have no self-control.
That's
I'm
it.
going to say
That's
yes.
it.
Well, that
I'm
was
going to
my
throw
point.
away a perfectly good ice cream.
That was my point. I was like, if you don't want to do it, you need to make it clear.
It's hard. It's hard when people egg me on and get me to do it. I'll do almost anything.
I love the thing of you like half an ice cream, just like whoosh, all
That's
right,
it.
marching up there in your Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, give me one ride, please. One Scooby coaster for me and one Scooby coaster for my wife.
I
You-
should have known something was wrong when the ice cream went away.
It's not inaccurate what you just did. It was literally just like throw, and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let's go. Scooby-Doo time.
Dum 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 dum.
Me and Beck don't like to see things or like.
Okay.
I think we're both just
Quite a blanket statement.
so full of like ADHD that it was like, all right, we can go home and swim or we can stay and watch the parade. And we're both like, fuck the parade.
Right.
Fucking, I don't want to see this shit. Beck's like, I want to get on the rides and go home. And I was like, okay, cool. And that was pretty much the whole. You want to go into the store? Nah, let's go let's go to Infinity or Time Zone or somewhere. Just fill
Yeah,
ourselves
all
up
these
with,
things that we could do at home. Like, well, we'll do them here.
Light colours.
Yeah.
Because that time zone had bumper cars.
Oh, it was so fucking cool. I love Time Zone. Might have been my favorite bit about the whole trip. No. That was good though. We got on this one ride that was like a car and we were shooting things on a screen and then the whole car went woof and whipped around and there was a screen behind us and I was like, what the fuck? That was
Oh, you
fun.
spoiled it. We were going to see if they had one down here and we were going to surprise the boys.
Oh,
Remember?
just Chucky goes, oh, I'm so sorry. So
surprise
none of
ruin.
that,
Forget
none
all of that.
happened.
But that was kind of a ride, and you didn't mind that one.
No, because it's not going anywhere. Just staying right where it was, just spinning.
I would trust that little simulator ride in Time Zone a lot less than any well-maintained roller coaster.
It's not high. It's on the ground.
I guess.
Can I put
See, yeah, I think what you're going for there is trying to make like more comfortable with the roller coaster. Like, oh yeah, you're right, the maintenance, da 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 da. But all you're going to do is just make him more scared of the one that he does like now.
Can I put some pictures of you on that roller coaster? In
Yeah,
that video
put them
right
up.
here? Yeah, all right.
They were good fun. I was really impressed that you managed to catch that. I mean, I know you filmed about 6 other people first.
Had to get it right. Had to practice. I didn't know which one Beck was, so I'd film them coming down the thing and go poo, and then I'd scroll through it really slowly to see. I'm like, damn, she wasn't on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got me eventually.
I got you.
Great work.
So that was fun. That was good. What else did we do? Went to a bunch of places. I ate a lot of food. I ate
We
so much
did.
goddamn
Did
food.
eat a lot of food.
It was nice.
So much food.
And that's it. That's the highlights of the trip. Oh, I met up with one of the GMat fans and went to a VR place and played some VR games with him.
Wow.
Proud loser. It was lots of fun. And then
So
we
you
kinda-
finally met someone in real life after a long, long time, and then blah blah blah. The rest of it writes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it-
he lives in Surfers, so he's an interesting case study.
Ah.
But he moved to Surfers because his partner was there.
Running from something.
Was
Yeah.
anybody born in Surfers? I mean, not on
I don't
purpose.
think you're allowed to be.
Yeah.
No, I think you have to get an abortion in Surfers. I think having the baby is illegal in Surfers.
You got to get out of the postcode.
You have to go to a clinic to have the baby, and you have to fill out a bunch of forms, and then some people decide for you. Look at Beck's shirt. Yeah, good times, good times.
Was your phone going off before?
It was my mum,
My mum.
my mommy.
My mother.
Okay. Ben just reminded me of something. Oh no, he didn't.
He didn't.
The Ben didn't remind me of something. Okay, everybody. Harry Potter, Chapter 5. Harry Potter and Hagrid found the Fez guy in the smokers area of Squeangen's hotel. He had a crazy pipe like one of those old-ass trumpet things that you see a picture of a guy blowing up, but he has to have it in a stand because the business end of it is so big. But he didn't have it in a stand. It was floating, and he was smoking the shit out of it. Harry was like, "What?" "Hagrid, old friend," said the pipe dude with the fez. "How are you, fez feather pipe dude?" said Hagrid. "I'm good. I trust you find me in grave circumstances, as you often do these days." "Unfortunately, that you do, my friend. That you do." "Well, I don't intend to turn you away now." Fez Feather paused, staring straight to Harry Potter's glasses. Fez Feather eyes magically squinted as he assessed the young wizardly boy's face. "Hagrid," said Fez Feather, "have you a small box in your possession?" "What's that now, Fez Feather?" said Hagrid, building the suspense for us. "A small box, a bit dusty, with some old-time writing on it that looks very cool and mysterious." Hagrid thought back to the earlier chapters I've written and knew that he did. But he became wary because of the way Matt said Fez Feather's lines made him sound pretty sus. "I might have." "Who's that?" said Hagrid. "Hagrid?" said Harry to Hagrid. "It's all right," said Hagrid to Harry. "I think not," said Fez Feather to Hagrid, but looking at Harry Potter. "You must give me that box, Hagrid. It isn't safe. You must." Hagrid trusted his old friend, but was like, dunno, because he was being very extra all of a sudden. Harry Potter knew that something was sus because he's very clever like that. He looked at Fez Feather's hat, and the feathers were going kind of weird and see-through, and then one of Fez Feather's eyes was looking at... Why is there a full stop there? And then one of Fez Feather's eyes was looking at Harry Potter, but the other was looking at Hagrid. Harry whipped out his wand as quick as a teenage wizard and shouted, "Petroleum!" Fez Feather got super wabbly, like when you look at something far away on a hot day, but he was close up still. "Harry, what have you done?" said Hagrid. Fez Feather got wobblier and wobblier and then turned into a short, fat, goat-looking dude. And his dope hat was gone. "Who be you then, you little deceiver?" said Hagrid. The goat jumped at Hagrid, but before he got to him, he turned into lightning and disappeared. Hagrid, was that Cameroy Kleinditch? "I fear that might have been one of his minions he sent to do his bidding. Kleinditch is much scarier and cooler and won't show up until the end bit." Hagrid and Potter, Harry, wondered what had become of the real Fezfeather, both to themselves and each other. "What do you think happened to Fezfeather?" said both of them to each other. Hagrid looked down and saw a small coin spinning on the ground. No, actually, Harry saw it because he's the main guy. Makes more sense. Harry saw the coin spinning on the ground where the lightning goat had exploded. It spun and then did that thing where it tips over and goes quicker and quicker until it stops flat on its side. Harry picked it up and had... No Potter there. Harry picked it up and it had all the weird symbols on it like the Jumanji box. Harry, Potter, picked it up and held it over the box. There was a hole the exact shape of the coin. A piece of wind went through Harry's hair, Harry Potter's hair, and a small bit of electric went from the coin to the box as it gets closer and closer. Then 2 bits of electric. "Harry, stop!" Hagrid shouted, but it was too late. He was just in time to stop Harry Potter before the exciting thing happened. Fuck, what happened in that chapter? I blacked out again.
Can we make a Lightning Goat our band name?
Lightning Goat?
Cool.
Lightning
Oh,
Goat.
Lightning Goat. Oh my God. Oh, just proofread it once before you send it.
You proofread it live. That's good.
You're so good at the Hagrid. It's so funny.
Thank you. He makes it easy because he writes all the words how you say them. Yeah. Our friend Kate said I also was doing Hagrid really, really well after everyone else shit on me. So thank you,
good
Kate.
Hagrid.
Who shit
Thank
on
you,
you?
Beck. You and Aiden.
Awful you bad Hagrid, yeah.
It's a hard accent.
It's hard. I'm doing my best. Yeah. So
So,
I don't want to move off vacation yet unless there's some.
Let's.
You done?
That's fine, yeah. I'm
Okay,
feeling
good.
a bit like Patty and Selma doing a slideshow.
That's true. Sorry. We had a good vacation. Thanks everybody for all the messages. It was lovely. Oh, by the way,
here we go.
I don't have a proper ad read, but
Okay.
if you do enjoy this podcast and you like listening to it week to week, or you watch the video podcast, or you listen to the audio podcast, consider supporting us at Patreon, patreon.com/the GMat podcast. You can pledge $3. You get access to the post show, which is a little extra show we record straight after the podcast. And we sort of, wrap up the show that we talk about some new stuff, just shoot the shit for a little bit longer. That's on there, ready for you to watch. And there'll be some other stuff coming out later in the year or later in the month, next month, when we get
Both are
working on
true.
this new show. Yes, thank you. And also, if I can just real quick, if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on Saturday, the day it comes out, tomorrow I'm doing a charity stream. It's a great charity stream. We have 2 big giveaways. Last time we gave away a Nintendo Switch, and this time we are giving away 2 other consoles. I won't say what they are, but 2 consoles that you will love very, very much.
Game Boy Colors. I'm gonna spoil it. Game Boy Colors, everyone. Well, one of them's a Game Boy Color. The other one's the OG black and gray.
I think it was
that
just
one?
grey.
Monochrome. Game Boy Monochrome.
So we're not giving away any Game Boys, but there's
Used.
some big prizes. So come to the stream.
Well, the old Game Boys are quite large. They
10
brought out
a-
a smaller one, though we don't have those.
10 a.m.
Look out for big, old, original Game Boys and Game Boy Color.
Twitch.tv/therealgmat.
Not the live
You got to
ones.
be there to win the prize. Get in the chat. We'll see you then. Anyone else got some shit going on I want to talk about before I just get into some more stuff?
That guy fixed his trailer.
Oh.
I went past the other day.
Part
and he's
2.
like, put a bunch of bolts, and it's like almost straight now, but it's like a different color metal on each side. And he's put a ton of bolts in it. Probably not roadworthy, I would assume.
No.
Didn't go and have a chat.
No,
I think we discussed all we could. He asked if I've ever driven a truck with his eyebrow raised, and I said yes, and his eyebrow went higher.
Surprise.
But you don't own your own,
What?
so
Yeah.
how much could you really have to say?
I don't want to sound ignorant about the situation, but would he have to have gone and got the tow bar he lost?
Gone.
Tow ball?
I
Tow bar?
guess so. You don't want to leave that. I mean, that costs money, don't they?
But I mean, like, it was that put back in, screwed, or could it just been another one?
Could have been another one.
Okay, all right.
But here's the thing. The trailer was fixed, and barely a week later, there was no tow ball on the middle of the road. So
What
Putting two
about
and two together here?
all the skid marks that he left?
You know what? It's rained a couple of times, and apparently that shit just buffs right out. Bit of water,
Cool.
easy peasy.
Yeah.
I'll remember that for my next skid mark. Doesn't work on the
Stand
toilet.
out in the rain.
Flush that shit. Doesn't go anywhere. Thank you. That's a real joke, everybody.
Is it?
That's shut up. So I got a charity stream.
Game Boy Color.
I didn't get a chance to talk about this on the podcast.
That's a shame.
But my great auntie had the biggest freak out when I went to see my grandma, and it was super.
I've
fucking
never
funny.
felt closer to you than when you had this crazy family drama
Oh,
that
yeah.
usually we only get on my side.
So my great auntie, what time are we at? Oh fuck yeah! My great auntie, which is my grandma's sister. I don't particularly like her very much. She's a bit of a weirdie. She's
Doesn't
a
sound that great to me.
crazy flighty weirdo. She I don't know if I've spoken about it before on the podcast, but I remember, just to give some people some context. One time when I was younger, we were having dinner around the table, and we didn't see them very often because they lived in Melbourne, but we came down to see them, and the great auntie, her name's Carol, I'm just going to say it. Carol was there, and we're all talking, and she's going, saying that, which I didn't see what she was talking to, and then she kept going, stop it. It's like, what the fuck is she doing? And then later on, I said to my dad, what the fuck was she doing? I mean, I was 7, so I probably said, what was that? And it turns out she has a friend that lives on her shoulder, an imaginary friend that she talks to and gets advice off of, and is like her guardian angel, but she sees them. So she's crazy. She's a crazy person.
Well,
Go on.
I mean, how old is she now?
70, in her early 70s.
She's still kicking.
Yeah, she's
Imaginary friend can't have steered her too wrong. I don't think you could come up with one scenario where this imaginary friend has steered her wrong. Anyway, you were telling a story.
Well, I don't know if the imaginary friends sent her into this, but she's super anti-vax. I remember the first time she met Beck, we went in to the house to say g'day, and I was just like, hey, because my grandma's sick. My grandma's got Parkinson's and she's deteriorating, and I don't know what her health is like. So I had the mask, but I know they're all anti-vax, anti-mask. I just had it in case they wanted me to wear it. But I didn't want to cause a fuss. I was like, hey, do you want us to keep our masks on? And then she just launched into like a 10-minute rant about...
Hadn't even really introduced myself.
No, not at all. And I was like, by the way, this is Beck. Okay. And like she's just odd like that. And everybody thinks of her as this like guru that she knows everything. They say like there's no point in arguing with Carol because she knows so much. She spends a lot of time on the internet, even though she's 70. So she reads and reads and reads. So she can go back in any argument with some stuff, but not really. Like if you're in the room with her and you see her talking to people, I'm like, oh, you're not smart. You're just throwing shit out. Like you're just
Might
quoting.
have a good memory.
Yeah, she has a good memory, and that was it. But anyways, so my grandma, who didn't really want to, decided to get a vaccination because she's sick and she didn't want to be a risk, and the doctors advised her to do it, and after ages and ages and ages, she decided to get it done. And my brother was down introducing his new baby, and so she had to say to Carol, hey, you can't come because they don't want people who aren't vaccinated around the baby. And then obviously Carol was like, but you're not vaccinated. She's like, oh, I am. So
Plot twist.
yeah. So she showed up banging on the door at some point.
I am. Huh? You say you vaccinated? Huh? You vaccinated. Are you vaccinated? Am I?
Vacuum cleaner? Yeah, in the cupboard. No worries.
Yeah. About 2:30. What? Are you vaccinated? What's with all the questions, Carol? You just come with all these questions. I'm
So
busy
loud.
seeing the baby. I don't have time to answer you.
Oh, bloody ask your friend on your shoulder.
So she showed up banging on the door, and me and Michael went,
Bang
mate.
on the door. Start with the bang on the door. See what happens.
That's what it was. She was like,
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang. And it wasn't even like a, who's that? Like we knew it was her. And I was like, that is about 25 minutes. Her house is 25 minutes away. Yeah, she probably drove straight away. And me and Michael went and saw her. And she was at the door and she was like, I want to see the baby. And Michael did a lot of the talking. He was like, you can't. She's like, why not? I said, because you're not vaccinated. And she's like, oh, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry, if you want to go get vaccinated and come back and see the baby, you're very welcome to. Which my brother's never funny, and I thought that was funny. Like,
Pretty
just
funny.
pop down, get vaccinated, come back.
Grab a jab.
Uh,
You'd be more than welcome.
So that was no bueno. And then we were like, all right, you got to go. And she was like, okay. She's like, oh no, I'm coming in. I'm like, you can't come in. We got to go. We're like closing the door. Like, sorry, but have a good trip. Bye. Bye.
Love you, miss you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
She's like, what? And then for ages, she was just like pacing out the front of the house, like walking, looking at the windows. Like, she just wouldn't leave.
Just marching around.
Yeah.
Fee, fi, fo, vaccine. I'm a fucking idiot.
And so there's these curtains, these like it's like this shit here.
Oh, the sheer.
Where it's see-through, but it sits there. So she can't really see in, but we can see out.
Yeah.
So we're just watching it, and she's coming up to the windows, like doing this on the windows, putting her hands up to look inside. Like every window in the house, going up, being like, where is everybody? I want to come and see the baby.
The risk of pericarditis has been tracked at 7%.
So I can't pinpoint how much longer I was there for, but when I left, she was still at the front.
Just huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she was like, and I just wanted to go and leave, and she like stopped me, and she was like, what's going on? Like, wanted to have like an honest conversation. We was like, what is the problem? And I was like, he doesn't want you to see the baby. She's like, but do you think that's right? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I said, but it doesn't matter if I think it's right. It's his call. It's his baby. She was like, oh, whatever. Just, is there any way you can get me in there? I'm like, I'm not a bouncer. I don't.
A VIP area.
Don't let the shirt fool you.
Yeah, I told her to fuck off, but I can't remember how I got to telling her to fuck off, but I do regret that because it wouldn't land
You
with her.
didn't last time you told me.
No, it wasn't that I cared about saying fuck off to her. It was just, I just wanted to say fuck off for so many years. It wasn't the right time to do it. I didn't build up to it right. I was just like, I think I stopped the conversation. I was like, Carol, just fuck off.
Why don't you just fuck off?
And I got in the car. I was like, yes.
Ran away.
Yeah. No, and then I got in the car and I fucked off.
Oh my God, she's coming to the window.
Pericarditis
hasn't been tracked over a multi-data set. Months of research rushed through the WHO who had no idea about any of the actual side effects. It's not a trial system that's been proven.
That's my auntie. That's my family. That's one part of my family. And my other auntie has a A4 laminated sheet of paper she puts around her neck that says, I am medically exempt or something like that. Just a fucking embarrassment they are.
I'd prefer that, honestly. I'd prefer they placard themselves so we all know that they're idiots from far away.
Sandwich board.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.